New day, same old story. Manchester United, the name means nothing to these players. So the embarrassing display ends in a 4-0 loss at Everton today. Stay tuned for the post-match analysis. Tell me how good does it feel? Looking at the game, just one word comes into mind: terrible again. Our team has been playing this shit brand of football for the last 6 games running. We had two very lucky wins against Watford and another against West Ham, games we did not deserve to win. But every other game we have lost deservedly because of the way our players have been playing, because of the way we're committing costly mistakes at the back, especially by the keeper. Now, are these players still distracted by the contract negotiations, or is it just poor attitude on display on the pitch? A lot of these players have made a lot of noise on the social media in recent times, especially after Mourinho was sacked. And we saw a small kind of a revival at United in an upturn in our fortunes, but sadly, that was short lived. Are these players moving back to their type? Are these players capable of not more? Is sixth the best position where these players can play? Well, a lot of them need to come back down on ground and show and see for themselves who they truly are. So what do you say, Sagar? I mean, do we not want top four? Or are these players just not good enough to be top four material that they're giving out these performances day in, day out?
It certainly feels like that. Like these players, they are not capable of going beyond the sixth position. We had a really good opportunity today to go beyond, like to move in the top four, but still nothing happened. Like the only word which comes to mind seeing that United performance is absolute shambles. Like nothing on the pitch. They don't deserve to wear the United shirt at all, and they don't even understand what that shirt stands for. Like this is like nothing to take away from Everton. They were really good. Like they knew what they had to do, where our weaknesses were, and they completely exploited that. Yeah, I don't mind losing, but we need to see some kind of performance or some kind of reaction at least, because we lost to Barcelona the same week and we were 2-0 down during the half time and we expected something to happen at least, but there was nothing. So yeah, as Solskjaer said, we need a massive culling at United. It's at least 6 to 7 players that need to be shown the door, and we need at least 2 to 3 top class performers coming in, and need to change a lot in this club.
Yeah, interesting point that Sagar said. We were 2-0 down at halftime. Everybody expects a reaction, but the players came out looking dejected. They had lost all hope. An interesting stat making the round, especially for our first half performance, states that Everton outran United players by at least 4 kilometers on the pitch.
Yeah, that's completely unacceptable.
I mean, what are and that performance led to some, really surprising goals. I mean, Everton scored 3 goals from outside the box, except for Richarlison, I think,
Richarlison,
who scored a really good overhead kick. But that ball could have been blocked in our defense. But
Yeah.
nobody came out to reach the ball. Richarlison just took that chance and scored a brilliant goal.
Yeah, that's what actually Solskjaer said as well. Like, we need to put our bodies on line. We need to clear that ball when it goes in the air. We knew that Everton has a long throw specialist from the throw-ins, and we didn't even get to the first ball. So Calvert-Lewin flicked it to the back post. We still had the chance then to clear the ball. Dallo and Smalling were on the spot. They could have cleared it, but they didn't. And Richarlison scored the goal.
And looking at the second goal, Gylfi Sigurdsson, an open shot towards the goal. I mean, Daguerre could have saved it had he anticipated that shot, but Sigurdsson was free and open in the midfield. Everton had acres and acres of space on the pitch to play the ball around, and they were just taking shots at the goal, and somehow the ball ended in the goal. I mean, what were our players thinking? Nobody closed on to Sigurdsson. Nobody closed on to Lucas Digne when he took his shot. I mean, we're not following the basics on the pitch. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to prove as players on the field? That, hey, we are not good enough. Just show us the exit door. We don't deserve the contracts that are being thrown at our faces. I mean, truly, truly sad performances.
Yeah, we had Scott McTominay on the bench, sitting and watching the match. We still decided to play Matic. That's a horrible decision. Like, the blame for the match should be half with Solskjaer and half with the players. So it's not to say that Solskjaer was not at a mistake here. It's he got many things wrong, but the players got even more things wrong than him. Like, so yeah, everyone knows Sigurdsson has a favorite right foot, and if you give him space there, he didn't even do a trick. He just switched onto his right foot and took the shot. And I think still De Gea on his top form would have saved that. I don't know what's up with him as well, but that's totally unacceptable from a United team.
Well, I think Solskjaer is not to be blamed. He should not apologize. The players have to come out in the media and apologize. It's time that they take the blame, because we are with a fourth manager in about what, 6 years? David Moyes' contract is still not over. His 6 years, had he been on his original contract, it's still not over. And we are on to our fourth manager, and we're looking at the same mistakes being repeated again. I mean, how many times can Manchester United afford to be in transition? With every new manager, it's the same story. The manager comes in, the team plays well, and then they go back to their original attitude of not respecting the manager, of not respecting the badge, of not respecting the fans, of not respecting the Old Trafford Stadium.
And the mentality has to change completely from the top down, and this goes to everyone, from the management to Ed Woodward, to Solskjaer, to the players, even to the ground staff. Everyone, this has to change from top down. So that's what needs to happen.
Well, and that Well, and that raises some important questions for us as we look to the future. I don't think we can beat City at current form and the attitude that our players are showing. With the kind of defense that we have, City might score seven
And
or eight
get
goals
thrashed.
easily. Their
Yeah.
movement with or without the ball is nothing short of spectacular. They have really good ball players, they have really good tricksters, and the finishing is by far the best in the league. And
Yeah.
if we do this,
Don't stand
no
a
shots on
chance.
the goal,
Don't stand a chance
no,
against
we're
them.
not defending, none of the players are playing at their best. We might as well just go and forfeit the game and give it to City.
And they are going to be relentless because they are out of Champions League. They have one single focus right now. They want to win the Premier League any way possible. So they will not take any prisoners. They're going to come with a very positive mindset, knowing that they can beat this team. And if Solskjaer again makes the mistake of playing Smalling and Jones at the back again, keeping Lindelof as the right back, ah, it's going to be trouble.
Well, we hope that a game at Old Trafford against the noisy neighbours is reason enough to motivate our players to give their best on the field. And if that doesn't, nothing else will. And that's what Solskjaer has also alluded to in his press conference today. And in other And in other big news that's coming out of Old Trafford, the management is seemed to be thinking of promoting Mick Phelan to the director of football role and promoting Michael Carrick to an assistant coach position. I mean, is this a good decision by the management, or should we look outside and bring in a person who has handled that role at a big team? Because Mick Phelan, I believe, handled that role at an Australian
I think it was
with
some,
an Australian side.
yeah.
and then he was brought in.
But it's kind of, I still think it's kind of late to bring a director of football right now. So we are almost towards the end of the season. If we wanted one, we should have gotten one in the month of January. And I still feel January would have been late, because it's not like you identify potential targets and just go knock on the door and buy them. You have to go through a lot of process as to if they fit the club, if they have the right agent to talk to, and if the ideologies match within the team and within the club and the player. So that everything goes into finding the top talent within the world. So still think it's kind of late, and I think that Ed Woodward will again look into the transfers, and it's again going down the same route. So
Well, some interesting points to look at now as we move ahead towards the last 4 games of the season. If you really want to win, if you really want to be in the top 4, we have to win each one of those 4 games,
top
especially
4 is
starting
gone.
with City.
Top 4 is gone. There's no way we are getting top 4. We are not beating City. We are not beating Chelsea. Let's be realistic. It's not going to happen. The way we are performing, it's not going to happen for sure. And I know we are going to be at home for the midweek and for the Sunday, coming Sunday. But I don't see, like, if Solskjaer wants to change something immediately, he can just chuck the players out, bring in the youngsters. They will have more to prove than these players. They will be fighting for the badge. They will be playing for the club. They know what goes into the system. Like, they have been raised through the academy system, so they know what's the ideology behind the club is. So just get the young players in. Let's see what happens. We have nothing to lose right now. Anyways, if we lose all the matches, we are going down to Europa League, because the gap between Everton and us is kind of huge, so they can't cover it. So yeah, there's nothing to lose. Just bring in the youngsters. Let's see what happens. Even City is doing that. For crucial games, they are bringing in Phil Foden. He's scoring the winner. He's getting them points, the crucial points they need. Why can't we? This was how Sir Alex Ferguson built the club. We can go back to that, right? So let's do that. Let's see.
Well, a lot of decisions need to be made at Old Trafford now. We need to decide upon a director of football. We need to decide upon who leaves and who we bring in, and we need to decide upon a club captain. Till then, all we can do is hope that we play well, maybe get in a few youngsters, as Sagar said,
Yeah.
because we have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, yeah.
Even with these performances, we're finishing out of top 4. If we get in the youngsters, at least there'll be some freshness on the pitch. There'll be players who'll be willing to prove themselves, who'll be willing to put their bodies on the line, and showing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that they deserve a place on this team. So, Red United family, we're coming up with another post-match analysis on Wednesday after the big game at Old Trafford against Manchester City. Hopefully, we win that game and have a happy analysis for the same. Till then, please do like our channel, share it with your friends and other Manchester United supporters all around the world. Subscribe to our channel, and please click that bell icon to be notified of every video and content that we put up. Also, please do let us know how we're doing as a channel. Give us your comments and feedback in the comment section below. We value your feedback, and we promise that we will listen to you and perform to our best, even if Manchester United does not do that on the field. Till then, glory, glory, Man United. Ta-da!